In today's video, I'm going to give you the top 10 best attackers if you're a beginner. Let's get into the video. Coming into my number 10 spot is going to be Fuze. Fuze has always been one of the most played operators for newer players, whether it be because he's generally very newer player friendly or because people love killing the hostage. Either way, newer players love Fuze. Fuze teaches the importance of bulletproof destructibility and vertical play. There's a lot of shields, zombie barricades, and other bulletproof gadgets on defense that are still susceptible to a good Fuze player. He has the AK-12, which is arguably the best gun in the entire game, as well as the PMM, which is arguably the best pistol in the game. So overall, his loadout packs a punch. He's also equipped 4 sets of 5 grenades, giving him 20 remotely detonated grenades that can go through even reinforced surfaces that are able to catch any defender off guard on command. This happens a lot in the lower elo as well, because typically if you're a newer player, so are your enemies. So you generally have a lot easier time killing people as Fuze. Not only is he very easy, but he's very good because of his weapon selection. So if you're looking for an operator that packs a punch and makes a boom, Fuze is your operator. Coming into my number 9 spot is going to be Jackal. Jackal is newer player friendly for the same reasons as Fuze, an easy but impactful primary ability with good guns to back it up. Jackal teaches the importance of roam clearing and information, whether it be information from seeing an attacker's feet or the information from lack thereof. Information is Jackal's strong suit, but unlike the other information operators on this list, it's not about the information you get from his gadget itself, but rather what you do with that information that's valuable and that counts. As Jackal, you're meant to go where the roamers are, track them down with your ability, and kill them with your exceptional weapons. The actual killing them part is your actual main job. His utility is just a nice luxury to help you do so. Not only are his primary guns both good, but also he has a secondary shotgun, which is good for making yourself rotates, vertical holes, head holes, or just being a short range weapon if all else fails. He also has smokes that he can use for sight executions that pair well with his Jackal pings for easy round wins. Overall, if you want to get kills but still be very useful for your team, Jackal is your main man to do so. Coming into my number 8 spot is going to be Lion. Lion is an operator that you can't ever go wrong with. Not even going over his main primary ability, he brings so much utility on the side that's worth picking him for alone. He brings the meta EMP grenades, which is a great tool for helping your wall breachers get reinforced walls open, but also a Gon 6 for getting bulletproof gadgets destroyed, which we talked about with Fuze being very powerful for the defense. Going over his loadout, he has an AR with a 1.5 times scope, a 50 round drum mag, and very little recoil. This thing is an absolute beast of a weapon, with its really only downside being its low fire rate. All of that being said, if that wasn't enough to make you want to play him alone, let's go over his actual main primary gadget, the EE1D Lion Scan. This is one of the easiest abilities to use in the entire game of Rainbow Six Siege. You press a button and it makes defenders get pinged if they move. At the very least, if you just press this ability randomly 3 times throughout the round, you will get value out of it somehow, even if it's just semi-value. That's how newer player friendly it is. Not only this, but it is arguably the highest skill ceiling out of any attacking gadget in the entire game. The more and more you play Lion, the more and more you will realize his potential. You can use his ability to roam clear, take space, zone your team, help with rushes, stall defuses, cover plants, create pushes, support pushes, get kills, the list goes on and on. Lion teaches the importance of overall round flow and secondary utility, so if you're looking for an easy operator with a flexible playstyle and a high skill ceiling, Lion is your guy. Coming into my number 7 spot is IQ. IQ teaches you the importance of information and information denial. IQ is very simple. You pull out her gadget, and now you can see every electronic gadget that's within a large range of you. You're also able to ping these gadgets to your team to warn them of traps, or so they can destroy cameras ahead of them. Either way, she's very useful for information for your team, but also so you can get rid of information on the enemy team. She has a well-rounded gun, the Commando, with good damage, good fire rate, a 1.5 times scope, and an overall easy to control recoil. She's about as simple as it gets. You see they have electronic gadgets that can kill or get info on your team in the prep phase, you run IQ. She's so simple in fact that I can't really say much on her, so that's pretty much it for this placement. Coming into my number 6 spot is Thermite. Thermite teaches you the importance of support and opening reinforced walls. Thermite is about as simple as a hard breach gets. Is that wall ahead of you reinforced? Not anymore. Thermite blows open walls. He blows them up fast and he blows them up big. He has a great AR, one of the better ones on attack, with an assortment of scopes as well. Pair this up with smoke grenades and you can get a plant down extremely easily after you breach the main wall into sight. Once you play Thermite and you understand what walls to get, when to get the walls, and when to walk into the breach, you understand the flow of the round much better and you get better at the game much faster. However, if you don't have your team help you, whether it be by bringing EMPs or by covering a plant, Thermite can be useless, so he teaches you the importance of playing as a team, which is very, very good to learn early on. Coming into my number 5 spot is Ace. Ace teaches you the importance of being a ranged hard breach, unlike Thermite, and learning when to be aggressive as a support player and as a hard breach player. Because Ace has the AK-12, just like Fuze, which we talked about being the best weapon in the entire game, you're naturally just going to want to get kills with him. This, however, contradicts his support role because he's a hard breacher, meaning you need to play passively in most scenarios. Learning when to use his gun to be a fragger, because it's still viable in certain scenarios, versus his hard breach to be a support, is all about what this character is meant to teach you. Balance. Ace teaches you when to be passive and when to be aggressive, and the better you can balance this, the better you will be at ace and the more you will win, and the better you will learn the game and the flow of the round. Also, like I previously mentioned, ace is a ranged hard reach, which is good for one noteworthy reason. You can stay away from danger by sitting behind cover while still being able to get the breach open. If there's ever a wall that defenders can look at and shoot very easily, that means they can look at you and shoot you if you're opening the wall with somebody that needs to get on the wall to open it. So being a ranged hard reacher can mitigate all of this danger. This allows you to get the wall open without getting shot, and it allows you to be able to shoot people while your reach is going off as well. His breaches are also the perfect balance between size, speed, and amount of pure breach, making him the best solo queue hard reacher for versatility in the entire game. Coming in at my number 4 spot is Thatcher. None of the two previously hard breach operators would be shit without a Thatcher or some sort of EMPs. Because of this, Thatcher teaches you the importance of EMPs and secondary support. EMPs help you disable any gadget, preventing the wall from being opened by your hard breachers. Thatcher also brings the easiest gun to use on attack, the L8 rifle, which is easy to use but also very effective when you do use it. He also, like I said, teaches you the importance of secondary support. Secondary support helps your primary supports, in this case your hard breachers, do their job. It's the insurance for the insurance. Arguably the most impactful people on attack if played correctly. If you can get this roll down, everyone on your team, especially your other support players, will love you, and so will your parents finally. Coming into my number 3 spot by zero surprise if you played this game at all in the past few seasons is Iana. Iana is by far the best attacker and entry fragger in the entire game. Iana teaches you the importance of self-reliance and frag grenades. Iana can do everything herself, being pretty much a one-woman army in all avenues of gameplay. She can get information with her clone, she can get kills with her 2 amazing weapons, she can destroy bulletproof utility with her frag grenades. She's very easy to use and very effective when you do use her, and that's why she's not only good for newer players, but also good for experienced players alike. One thing I want to highlight specifically as well is her frag grenades, like I said earlier. Because she and only 3 other attackers have frag grenades, they're very impactful when determining if an operator is good or meta. If used correctly, you can get 2 impactful pieces of utility each round, or 2 kills, or 1 piece of utility and 1 kill. Either way, you can get so much use out of these things, it's absolutely insane. And that's why they took them away from so many people. So, if you want to play a gunner style operator, an entry fragger that's very self-sufficient, where you don't need to rely on your team as much, Iana is your girl. Coming into my number 2 spot is Sledge. Sledge teaches you the importance of vertical play and soft destruction. Sledge arguably has the best soft destruction in the entire game of Rainbow Six Siege in terms of the pure amount of it and the speed at which he delivers it. Because of this, he is outstanding for vertical play, but also for newer players in general. You don't get simpler than Sledge. He has a really big fucking hammer and you smash shit with it. That's literally it. And do you remember how I said there's only 4 people who have frag grenades when I was talking about Iana and how impactful they were because of how rare they were? Well, Sledge has them too. Not only can you play vertically and make rotates for yourself, but also you can clean up with his frag grenades and his L8, which we already talked about on Thatcher being very newer player friendly and effective. If you can learn how to play vertically on sites effectively, you can be one of the best players on your team for certain sites and maps, and it's a very good skill to learn for newer players because a lot of people in the lower elo won't be expecting it and they don't know how to quite counter it yet. With that being said, that's why I think Sledge is definitely outstanding for newer players to learn. But without anything further, let's get into my number 1 spot of this list, and that is Ashe. Now, if you've looked at any list when it comes to who the best operator is for newer players, Ashe has always been the top of the list since this game was in like Operation Health, dude. She's always been great for newer players. Not only is Ashe very good for new players, but she's also very meta as of right now when it comes to high-level players. People in Pro League are playing her a lot. She's the 2nd most picked attacker on of all of attack for Emerald and above. She's a 3-speed with a 1.5 and a very good weapon, which heavily feeds into the fast-paced TDM gun skill heavy meta that we currently sit in. She also has the R4C, which is an outstanding weapon in and of itself. Ashe teaches you the importance of rushing and the importance of timing your rushes. Looking to play the game with 0 brain like it's Call of Duty and just take people's heads off. Looking to just run in and kill everyone. Looking to have fun, looking to win, well, look no further. Ashe is definitely the girl for you. All you do is let your nuts hang. Literally just swing everyone and everything and shoot anything that fucking moves and you win. Game over. Welcome to Ashe and welcome to Siege. With that out of the way, that's it for the entire video. Check out my live stream link down below. Sub the channel if you're new. Like the video if you liked it. My name is Alec and I will see you in the next video. Later.